me and you remember watching the Dean Martin celebrity roast. I got three hands, and I got a smile who might not have wanted to raise his hand. I particularly remember the night that the former Vice President Hubert Humphrey was being roasted. I don't remember any of the jokes. I don't remember anything that was said, but I remember that former Vice President Humphrey laughed himself silly at all the humor that was at his expense. And I contrast that to our current president that just absolutely goes ballistic if somebody just makes fun of him. There is nothing more endearing than a person being able to laugh at themselves. Whether I'm 15 years old, Denver, Colorado, where Harry, Wayne, and I lost all our money to somebody that rolled us playing three-card monte, or that night 2 years later when I was a senior in high school at a car rally, and I got my 1967 Mustang stuck in a tomato patch on Bay Farm Island. Being able to laugh at myself has been one of the best defense mechanisms that I had in my life. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about a Toastmaster story where a whole bunch of us had fun laughing at your buddy Steve. It was 2014. It was like I won the lottery. When you serve as club growth director, program quality director, or district director, one of the requirements is you get trained at the site of the international convention. Had the convention taken place this year like it was supposed to in Paris, Bet, George, and Julie Garrett would have gotten a trip to Paris paid for by Toastmasters. That was just part of their role and part of their commitment. Well, I didn't go to Paris, but my first year in the District 57 trio, I went with Todd Henry and Terry McDonald to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It was a trip of a lifetime. We took the 11-hour flight and we got to Kuala Lumpur at about 3:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. We were exhausted, but there were things we had to do to prepare for the meeting, but we needed a good night's sleep. Fortunately, however my body was functioning when we got there, the time change worked perfectly for me. I woke up the next morning without an alarm clock at 5:30. The sun was out and I was able to go for a walk around the block. I didn't go too far because I didn't want to get lost, but I walked a block up here, a block down there, and then I walked that way and I saw this amazing building that was a restaurant called the Dinner Hut. And you know how you see a restaurant and it's just perfect? So I was really excited and I went back to the hotel, and by that time, Todd and Terry were down in the breakfast room eating, and their eyes were blurry. They were just drinking coffee after coffee. They hadn't slept all night. They were jet lagged and they were miserable. And I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm the happiest guy in the world because I got a good night's sleep. And I had already seen the town. So we're eating breakfast and I'm talking about dinner and I'm talking about this great restaurant. And they're just calling me the new guy. It was my first year on the trio. And their job for that week was to basically ridicule me because I didn't know what was going on. Well, there was another problem. The other problem was my luggage. Raise your hand if you ever left for a trip and you decided not to pack anything because you gained a little bit of weight, nothing fit, and you decided the best thing to do was to buy stuff when you got there. Yeah, your guy. For whatever reason, in the last 6 months, I had gained about 15 pounds. And the night before, as I was packing, nothing fit. So the first order of business was we had to go out shopping. So there's a mall up the street, and we go shopping. And again, the new guy is being ridiculed. Our club growth director doesn't know how to pack. Our club growth director is completely unprepared. Our club growth director can't even manage himself to keep his weight down. They were just on me all day. But I found exactly what I wanted. The dollar went a long ways in Kuala Lumpur. And even though I had to buy clothes, I felt like I won because I got a lot for my money. So we get back to the hotel and it's only about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, now it's time to go up to the pool. We get up there and we're talking and we're chattering. They're ridiculing me and they're ridiculing me. And all of a sudden we look to our left and there's a guy named Charlie. And Charlie's a local and he starts chatting us up and he says, "How long are you gonna be here?" "Oh, we're gonna be here about a week. We've got this convention across the street, Toastmasters, there's people from all over the world." "Well, are you gonna go there?" "Yeah." "Are you gonna go there?" "Yeah." And Charlie is like this tour guide that we're getting free of charge at the pool. And by the time we're getting finished, we're realizing that Charlie has given us all this great information. So while he's doing that, and I'm thinking to myself, I've got the ace in the hole. I've got tonight's restaurant. So I'm gonna get the lowdown. Now I'm gonna really know everything. So I said to Charlie, Charlie, I went out for a walk this morning. Tell me about the dinner hut." There was this long silence. Charlie said, "Are you planning on going there?" I said, "Yeah, it looks great. And I'm going to take Terry and Todd." "You're planning on going there, huh?" "Well, if you go there, you're going to leave with no money and you're going to probably end up in jail because that's where the hookers are."